Hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra. We are very close to the ending of the game. All we need to do is go ahead and beat up the last guy, which I forget his name, Leo, right? Need to beat up Leo, and yeah, that's pretty much the end. So without anything else, let's get on to it. To the last week.
最も弱き者が最も強き者に挑む。迷いと嘆き、決断と成長に満ちたその童貞こそ人間の証である。聖杯は強き者にのみ与えられる。最後の二人は共に性質の違う強者となった。であればもう一度君に送ろう。光あれと。視点の玉座にて君を待つ。
Next combatants will be announced at the second floor bulletin board. Now, an all too familiar ringing tone draws my eyes to my terminal. The final week has begun. Indeed, let's get on with it then. We already know who it is, so yeah, there he goes. When I arrive at the bulletin board, as prompted by the terminal, there is someone there ahead of me. I'm not surprised to see him. After all, there's no one else who could be here. Good day. Leo turns my way, smiling as usual. His servant Gawain stands one step behind him, straight as a sword thrust into a stone. Unlike Leo, Gawain's eyes are calm. I sense no hostility from him, just the ironclad loyalty and unwavering confidence in his lord. Gawain's composure wouldn't slip, even in the middle of a battle. That righteous white knight would die without a question for his lord. As I'm looking around, I'm struck by a sense of change. This is the last time I'll see the bulletin board like this. I look through, though I already know the names. Master Leonardo Bastardo Harway, Battlefield, the 7th Chimeric Lunar Sea. With this announcement, at last, we are formally adversaries. Once again, I wish you luck. Leo's trying to speak casually, but something has changed about his voice. It's not that he's apprehensive about the fight, he's excited, almost thrilled. It's strange, honestly. I never imagined that you would be the one with me at the very end. When I first saw you, you were an industrious, adaptive, and rather forgettable individual. Over the brief course of this war, you've grown immeasurably, as if suited for the soul of battle. Now, there you stand in front of me. Is a fitting in front of me. Oh my god, I butchered that phrase. Let's reread that. Now, the you standing in front of me is a fitting opponent, not just in ability, but in countenance. I'm enamored with this feeling of competition, as a little girl is with a fairy tale. Leo laughs bashfully. You'd think he never enjoyed basic human emotions before. I do not know which one of us fate was meant for, but however, now I feel this fight with you is a necessary step in the process of my ascension to the throne. For showing me this side of the world I had not yet known, you have my deepest gratitude. Leo isn't being insincere, he's thanking me with a self-centered, condescending way. He believes he'll win, he believes he's righteous, he believes he knows victory is greater than any I have ever seen. Leo, I understand your feelings, but further cordiality would be quite unnecessary. It has been an obstacle. The time to exchange words has passed with this now worthy opponent. You also require rest. The king must be at his best. Let us put an end to this posturing. Indeed. Thank you, Gawain. I got carried away. I'll take my leave now. I look forward to your next audience with me on the final battlefield. Leo's parting smile was gentler than usual, I can't help watching his back as he leaves. It feels like I've always been looking at Leo's back. My world is too different from his. His sentiments have always been as foreign as his home country. A boy who has progressed by making victory second nature. A king who will not tolerate any outcome but victory. A person whose entire life has been absolute. I do not believe that he and I are equals. But then again, we're both kind of we're both king of the mountain right now. We came from many places. To fight this Holy Grail war, I will struggle to find my place. Alright, time for the final showdown, king. Alright. Strangely enough, my heart is calm. I breathe easily, the memories of past battles a comfort rather than a paralyzing factor. I'm not eager to fight, but I'm not stressed either. I'm mostly surprised by my own placidity. Whether or not she's picking up on my mental state, Castor gives me her cute smile. You've reached the final battle, my dear master. I always knew you belonged in it. Let's throttle that fake king and tear apart this condescending bad attitude for good. I mean, I can't really argue that kings are better than most people, or that he isn't a born winner. But that little prince is wrong to think that he can beat you and me in a battle of abilities. Yeah, it wouldn't even matter if he was a god. My master is the best of the whole world. Thank you. No, I only said something that is totally obvious. Master, the only thing I don't like about you is how little you understand about me. But I will always treasure your words, so thanks, Hakuno. I am truly happy to be of use to you, Master. After this last fight, I may be obsolete to you. But if it's only the tiniest bit possible, I'd like to continue being of use to you, my master. You said that as a joke, never mind that. Let's focus on the fight, yeah? Trying to hide her embarrassment, Casper disappears. Yeah, this is the last time Casper and I will fight side by side. She stood by me, even through the times that I had no will, no resolve, and no strength. I don't know what the future holds, but as for the present, I'll focus on winning against my strongest foe yet. I'll win. That's how I'll show my appreciation for all she's done. Alright. Let's see if Casper has anything special to say. Never mind. As I head into the hallway, a silhouette appears in the doorway. I wonder how many times I've met Kotsumine like this. What does he want this time? As he sees me tense up, he flashes me a rare smile. I must admit I was surprised that you of all people have made it this far. I welcome you to the final confrontation, Master. The Holy Grail is almost within your reach. The omnipotent construct that'll grant any wish, any desire. Can you feel how close it is? Of course, I dream of it. That is what it is to be human. I had been a bit concerned, but hearing this, I am relieved. One who does not have any desires, one who does not have any wishes, one who only denies the fight. If a person of that demeanor were to win, I would be so sorely disappointed. With that, his mouth forms into a grimace. I have no clue what is going on in his mind, but... Now, allow me to announce the final trial. The way to the last battlefield has been opened. So, who will claim victory and raise the Holy Grail at their lips? I await with bated breath. Alright, buddy. Let's go in here. Indeed. Alright, that's all she has to say. Just generic dialogue for this week. Let me see. We have the Matrix. You can read it if you want. Just anti-magic shit, and Dragoon is basically the Silence of Dragons. Alright, that's enough of that. Now, what should we do right now? The classroom, Kotsumine, commissary, nurse's office, church, and at the arena. Alright. Let's go to the nurse's office first. Get ourselves the free healing item for the week. Congratulations on advancing to the 7th round, Hakuno. Please take a lunch. This is the last one, so I put extra love into it. Thanks. Into the chapel, we can say goodbye to the sisters. We don't have any levels, right? Nah. Can't count how many times I've come here, and now the only masters left are myself and Leo. When the finals begins, the school will become almost completely devoid of life. When that time comes, will these sisters still be here in the chapel unable to leave? You need to focus on your opponent. Oops, sorry. Not worrying about us. Just think of us as scenery. She's right. Toko and I can take care of ourselves. I appreciate your concern, though. Thanks, Akano. This may be the last time we see each other, so I want to say goodbye now. Don't hold back against Leo, and although I have just an observer, I have the feeling you'll win. Your compassion sinkers me, and you're still a disappointment and a monstrosity. I guess it's something being able to relate to another people is a virtue. Maybe. You might not understand it, but every memory of your opponent will make your attack stronger. But me saying that, you might place more value on this conversation than you should. Oh, screw it. Anyways, I doubt there's any Magi still alive as disgustingly avaricious as you. And with that, Toko Ozaki shrugs her shoulders and gives me a sardonic smirk, as I, despite the abuse, detect a hint of warmth. Or dare say affection, even? Between puffs of smoke, I heard her murmur, "You're quite extraordinary." Coming from her, that's quite a compliment. Alright, so let's go into the arena. I think there's nothing else. Sakura, yeah. Yep, that's it. Let's go to the arena. We still have the, it's gonna be that little funky arena, but... I walk down the hallway, en route to the arena. It is because the culmination of this journey draws near that each footstep feels so inevitable. What are you looking at? Hey, there's nothing out there, ah. Jeez, not even the moon cell can be useful. Don't you know that triggering a flag under those sakura blossoms would... Oh, don't you know that you triggered the flag under those sakura blossoms would be, Master? Guess this is bound to hide flirtations, even while hiding her mouth behind her kimono sleeve. It's hard to think of her as a divine being. But this is the true nature of the smiling, cheerful caster who has fought beside me. I ought to have treasured this carefree moment, just like I treasure a carefree spirit. What's wrong? Is there something on my face? But my skin is soft as my ears were perky this morning. What's wrong with my face, Master? Distraught, Tamamo hides her face. Whoops, I should have known how sensitive she is about her and not stare. I like her impulsiveness though. Tamamo is always reassuring me and pushing me to do better. Nothing's wrong. So I'm the cute little Tamamo as I always am. And did I say something weird just now? I think that she's too flighty. That is hard for her to understand people when they're serious. Anyways, it's time, Master. It's annoying to have to prepare, but your opponent is quite strong. Oh, it might be foxy. Don't let that distract you, Master. Let's go, Master. Let's save. Oh my God. Let's both get despite everything we've got. These days I've spent with Caster have not been bad. I think I could be with Caster all the time. But still, the honor of battle draws even closer. The final battle. No matter how the Holy Grail War ends, I'll be parted from her. Yep. Yes, doing it. Let's go in. Level 33. We are so over level. That's not even funny. Alright, so yeah, it's the funky little thing. Basically a straight line right now. The atmosphere of the arena felt more ominous than normal, and the noise felt as if it was going to rip me apart. The animosity being directed at me is almost palpable. It makes me want to throw up. This is a horrible feeling of hatred. It couldn't possibly be coming from that young prince. Yasa seems really on edge, but they're right. This feeling isn't coming from either Leo or Gawain. In fact, I'm almost sure I've felt this feeling of hatred before. But how is it? I'm not sure what's happening, but it might be the work of some evil imp. Stay your toes, Master. Alright, so. Yeah, she already spoiled it, but yeah. Right, where is it? Let's put on the speed up. Let's put on the shockwave. There we go. There we go. Speed up. Now we can take this at least. Alright, let's go. Looks like the gate's stuck. This world is bored of someone's absolute hatred, and is designed to punish a specific person. Short version, it's a reality marble and you're its target. And until we deal with the source of this treasure, you're not going anywhere. That's good to know. Yep, I just wanted to go over there. Alright, let's go up. Nowhere else to go, let's boom. Julius' backstory then. While walking into the arena, a sudden burst of distortion that sounds almost like a groan pierces my brain. Could it be a voice? Not yet, die. Why myself? Well, that was definitely a voice. I suddenly feel as a wave of negative emotion is washing over me. Hold yourself, master. Lending an ear to the dead is the worst thing you could possibly do. Cass's words immediately bring me back to reality. While the aura of negativity is still very much there, the voice that seems to be ringing in my head is gone. There's no doubt of who that voice belongs to, but how? If I want to know the truth, I have to keep moving forward. Yeah, alright. Monk. There we go, that should be more than enough. If he doesn't guard, even if he guards. Yep, we do 4k a hit, so yeah, we're so good at this. The thing is, I still want to get hit, so let's not stun them. Alright, never mind. Alright, we still win. Hi. You know what I'm gonna use? We're gonna take off this one and just put on the, there we go. The distortion sears my brain like a hot iron. Dark thoughts seems to work their way through my entire being. The sudden chill that courses through my body seems to be shaking, and I feel like I'm being turned inside out. I try to stop the intrusion of these evil thoughts from my consciousness, but they continue to enter my mind. His name is Ejection. His origin lay in disdain and spite. His name is Abomination, is hatred. And his path is scorn. His past is scorn and ridicule. In other words, something. Yep, they just keep repeating that thing. Apathy towards everything. What? What is this? Those overwhelming emotions. That's the source of this deranged irrationality that's rejected and rejects, denies and is denied. Feels like you've crawled out from the darkest depths of hell. I mustered the strength that I can and barely managed to endure the onslaught that threatens to engulf me. The highways seldom. Is that someone's voice? I push through the distortion and focus my attention on the voice. Experiment will begin. We will remove the liver to observe the pain response. No anesthesia will be used. Failure, failure, failure. Less than useless. This individual has no right to exist and has nothing to contribute to the future. No value, no ability. It's a failure. Its design is flawed. The rate of aging is twice of that of a normal person. I predict that its lifespan will be 25 years at best. What a failure. It's hopeless. This is the most unforgivable sins committed against nature. It'd be understandable if it came from common stock, but it came from a superior life form. Refrain, stop. The voice suddenly stops. As I concentrate harder, I can see a figure beyond the distortion. It must be a woman. I focus my concentration as I stretch up my hand with a scene plays out before me. There you are, Miss Alicia. That voice, it sounds much younger, but it definitely belongs to Julius. Though his voice is audible, his figure doesn't appear. It's supposed to be his memory then. The woman named Alicia turns towards Julius. But time has degraded the memory of her facial features. Oh, Julius, what's wrong? Yes, the master has called. I see, so that's... The sunlight was something has just happened to forgive time as it has. Let's hurry. We aren't gonna something if we make something just a little longer. Yep, they're just getting distorted. No, I have something poison, Harways. La la la, nothing. Okay. Dear Master, don't listen to the voices of the dead. We have to hold on to your consciousness. Son of Castor's panic shouting brings me back to reality. The voice I've heard of these memories faded at the end. I couldn't understand them, but those memories definitely belong to Julius. Perhaps he was trying to tell me something. Buried under those dark memories was a cry for sorrow. I have to go on. I have to learn what the owner of that voice is seeking. Alright, off we go. More ahead. Come here.
ああもううざいってば
And, yeah, just that.
お任せください私の本気見せてあ
Am I
げる
gonna hit me? No,
ますます頑張っちゃいます
he didn't hit me. Oh well, he's dead now, so who
よ
cares?
く燃えますねマスター一生ついていきます可愛い女の子だからって甘く見ましたああもううざいってば
Alright,
呪う後悔してくださ
let's get hit.
いますます頑張っちゃいますよく燃
And
えま
he's
す
gone.
ではこれにてお別れですナイス命令でしたご主人様
Alright, another one. There it is again. The black thoughts encroach through my brain like closing waves. Concentrate of the owner of these voices. I am drawn to those dark thoughts, avoiding the distortions that try to envelop me, and reach out with my mind. Where is that figure? That I settle by thoughts, the scene suddenly begins to play in my mind. And is this a continuation of that scene from before? Let us hurry. Making him wait just a little longer won't be enough to get us in trouble. Anyways, Julius, you're his son. Why don't you call him father? I can't. I don't have the right. He was not born in which way he needed to lead the Harways. The one who will succeed the throne is Master Leo. That's how it is. Tell me, what is it as he has been so occupied with as of late? He's receiving training and having knowledge burned into his brain. It's sound. Thaumaturgical success. All that horrible surgery and he's only 3. Even as his mother I so rarely see him. Master Leo was someday stand at the pinnacle of the plutocracy of the Harway I've built in Europe. The rules of the Western Europe, a burden that pains a mother to hear her child suffer. Shoulder. Julius. Yes? That's protect Leo. Yes, I exist only for that purpose. Already to make the relic's holy grail servant. The servant that I've summoned is an East martial artist named Li Xuan and... Julius? I apologize, being something. It's all explore Leo. Yes. Life. So these are Julius's memories. The time before his soul became irrevocably stained as an assassin. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I don't know how I took so long to figure it out. I focus even harder on what I'm seeing and reach out even further. Something is there. What is it you want to say? And where's the final reach the absolute depths of blackness soul behind these memories? Yep, just that. And we're over on the ground. Sir, please wake up, master. Character's almost screaming in desperation and fear. I'm seeing that I'm still alive. Get up. My hands are still clenched into fists. I'm covered in sweat, and I'm panting with exertion. I give a nod to the obviously distressed caster to show I'm okay, and then slowly get to my feet. But it was there, a cry of for help in the depths of Julius's consciousness. I have to know what it means. Alright, off we go. Let's get ourselves healed. Let's keep going. There's a strong enemy over there. Might as well just come here. I do kind of want to get hit, but I'm kind of afraid I'll die immediately if I do. So I'm just gonna do that. Over spec. Nah, we did do it quite a bit of health, but we're good. This should do 4k damage. There we go. Oh, he got it. That's actually perfect. He's dead now. There we go. We did quite a bit of XP, actually. I don't think that's it, Caster. You're just too strong right now. Anyways, let's beat this guy up.
いただきます。
Yep.
交換してくださいね。円形よ、走れ。
Bye.
ではこれにてお別れです。おあいにくさま、ブサイクモデルに用はないと言います。
Alright, we're healed and let's keep going. The cipher key is there, we can't go there unfortunately, and damn here.
お覚悟です。
Alright, that's enough.
私の本気見せてあげます。挑戦よ、砕け。
Bye. And he's gone.
ではこれにてお別れです。ナイス命令でした、ご主人様。
Alright, before we do any of that, let's go ahead and kill the caster a little bit.
なんかいいですね、こういうの。
There we go, let's go. The almost tangible animosity is coming from the end of the corridor. Although the source of it isn't approaching, I can tell it's incredibly dangerous. I somehow know that its hatred is directed at me. It is so intense that it feels like a very soul is being impelled by it. I knew it was that gloomy guy. Believe he came back from the dead. He must really hate to lose. But now he's a shambling corpse, and as long as you're here, Tamamo is invincible. Now, send me a shot. I mean, say the words and he's toast. Also, we have to beat him to get out of here. The source of this feeling of hatred is Julius, but Star seems different than then. When I last faced him. The threat before me is very real, but I have Casper at my side, and if I don't defeat the enemy before me, I'll never make it to the elimination battle. In addition, even as the force of this grudge hits me, I feel somewhat other than the desire for my death. I want to know what this feeling is, no matter what is waiting for me up ahead. Again, I'm just gonna save, but I'm pretty sure we can handle it pretty easily. It has been a while since I last met Hakuno. The man standing there greets me with a quiet voice. The serenity of his voice contrasted with the chaotic and noise-filled atmosphere of the arena. You don't seem surprised to see me. Is that not so? You defeated me, but I have returned because of a question I wish to ask you. Also, I will not be defeated by one such as you. I cannot allow myself to fall to one such as you. I don't quite understand what exactly is driving me, but it is those feelings that brought me here. What is he talking about? I understand hating the person that defeated you, that's only natural. But what question could he possibly be so important? What is Julius trying to say? You don't understand. Of course, how could you? This is truly just so funny. I'm the only one who knows who and what you really are. Ha 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 ha. Unlike a mere ghost, as yourself, I am alive. After I became a ghost, while falling through the perdition created by myself, I fought to continue on. Right at the end, I saw the truth. As the moon cell began to tear me apart, I saw what you really were. Sorry about that. Okay. As the remnants of his sanity finally snapped, Julius suddenly lets out a roar of maniacal laughter. In addition to the hatred and insanity reflected in his eyes, there was a sense of obligation and duty. Has the killer before me come back from the dead to fulfill his duty? That's exactly right. I couldn't accept defeat by the hands of any other master but you. You being the one who defeated me is unacceptable. Whatever this world lives or dies should be decided by us. Choices that will determine the fate of the world should be made by those living in the present, not by you. A relic of the past like you shall not be allowed to influence what happens here and now. What did Julius just call me? A relic of the past. I'm not just a limitation of someone's life, but I was never part of the present. That's correct. You're a reproduction of someone who lived 20 years before the world slipped into stagnation. Then all the imagery that sometimes appears in my dreams is the last moment of her life, which ended decades ago. Correct. That is why I cannot allow you to defeat me. The chances that must be made in this era will need to be done by us. Leo, my brother, must be king, or... That's it. That's the reason. That's my one responsibility. That's what keeps me trapped here. But nothing matters. Please, put me out of my misery. Round 6 is already coming and gone. One more person. One last victim. Once I kill you, my duty will be gone. This is your final moment. Please, just let me kill you. As man hits out his command. For a moment, I'm violently dizzy. As my vision spins, I fall into a pit of darkness. A violent bestial howl tears through the air, and there's a tremor running through the ground. It must be assassin. No, wait, he's different than before. Looks like insanity only belongs to a berserker. Hold on a second, master. There's something strange about that Julius's guy left arm. My servant lets out a small cry of surprise. Dear God, is that some other person's arm attached to him? That's incredibly disgusting. Julius must have ambushed a great number of masters and killed them. Then he somehow managed to preserve one of his victims' arms and appropriate their command seal. I wonder which master's arm he stole, and if his arm belonged to the master of Berserker. That's like Julius' crime against nature turned assassin into a berserker. It's a disgrace. Most servants have only one class, but this one has an attribute of two. His power must be incredible. I can't believe that his servants' mind and body have been able to endure this outrageous injustice. And he neither rational thought nor coherent memories. Everything comes to an end now. Now, burn to ashes.
みっともない。しつこい男は嫌われるわよ。
排除する。貴様だけは。
Yeah, that's not really gonna happen now, is it? Alright, buddy. Enough of you.
猛獣ですか、あちらのお方。
Nice little caster there. Alright, and then we go for this, and then we can go for this, and this honestly should be more than enough to just end him outright, so let's just go ahead and see it. Yep, we just had to endure a hit, but other than that, it was good. We just completely stunned him and hit him hard. Number 2. And last one. We end them in one turn. There we go. And we get a level up out of that, so that's pretty good. With a ground-shaking roar of bestial rage, the once ferocious martial artist disappears into the sky. Li Xuan, considered by many to be one of the greatest masters of the history of Baijuang. Though he dedicated his life to martial arts, he was undone by the karma his acts of violence demanded. Julius's normally refined features contort as the command seals on the back of his hand glow deep. Unable to withstand the pain that's surging through his body, Julius hunches over. I can barely watch as he writhes in pain. It's too late to help. Julius's command seals disappear one by one, and his body collapses onto himself. I cannot bring myself to strike the finishing blow, despite the fact that he tried to kill me many times over. I can't kill him as he is now. The person from who his body and of mine is copied from might have lived their life much like he did. His eyes slowly open. So this is the end. Julius breathes in deep. There's no longer the madness and bloodlust tinging his eyes. The serenity of your eyes, though I cannot understand why you actually have some pity for me. As his shoulders move in time with the labored breaths, Julius looks into the sky of his empty world, covered by the waters of the virtual sea. Remember the question you asked me before the elimination battle? Why'd you kill? You were right, you know. It's exactly what you guessed. The Holy Grail War, the Harways, none of them ever really mattered. When I was young, only one person ever showed me love. Me, who has never been loved before. No one can live without love. No one, not even someone like me, whose life has no value whatsoever. There was a woman who taught me that my life had value. She died without any warning. It was so sudden. In order to secure Leo's inheritance, her family had her assassinated. Her final request to her killer was to protect that they protect Leo, my brother. I can no longer clearly remember the exact events, Looking back on it, the whole incident seems so surreal. I liken it to a badly made movie, poorly made, laughably acted, and generally done in poor taste. Julius isn't looking my way, he's not deep in his own memories. But since then, my purpose was clear. I would work to grant her final wish, and then join her in death. People began to despise me like I was an evil spirit whose hands were forever tainted with blood. But I could accept that, because I am trying to grant her wish, I had motivation in life. But you, while destroying my cause, you didn't finish me off. Why? It looks like you wanted to be saved. I've been more awed by Julius than any other opponent, but inside his ferocity lay a deep melancholy. Behind his frozen gaze, I sensed a man crying out for rescue like a helpless infant. I just wanted someone to rescue me. Maybe I did. Julius cast his eyes down. I feel like I've been lost in the darkness alone ever since birth, never considering that there might be hope or another path. My whole life I've been an insect desperately drawn to a single light ahead of me. But maybe my life wasn't all that bad. It's bright here. If I could be born one more time, I might live the same way again. Even if my dark journey ends in pain, it means everything to see light at the end of the path. A yellow light can be seen reflecting off the eyes in Julius's race ahead. Maybe he's seeing the only person who can truly save him. I can only hope that that's the case. I'm sad that I'm hopeless to do anything for him myself. Ishinami, you are crying for me. I had forgotten the beauty that such gesture can hold. No, don't shed tears for me. Before his fingers reach my cheek to wipe away the tears, it melts away into thin air. Ah, it's time. My heart cringes as his hands and his feet loose, color and become translucent as a tear drops. And then, he's gone. And then, with a faint smile spreading across his lips, Julius disappears without a trace. Alright, let's, the thing's still closed, right? Yeah, let's get out of here. Yep, that's it. Day 1's completed. Now Julius has just gone for good. Mr. Gloom found salvation at your kindness. A little jealous, but you did a good thing, Master. However, don't you think it's really suspicious that we haven't seen that little king around? He talks all big around about being a king, but mark my words, he's off plotting something sneaky right this minute. Unfortunately, he really isn't. He really isn't that. Ah, fuck, again. He isn't really that type. Yeah, let's save. Save. There we go. Day 2. The assassin appears on the 3rd time. Only the Holy Grail War when I meet such an opponent. Castor had told me not to worry so much about it, but still I cannot help but think on it. I understand how you feel, but really, there's no sense of obsessing over it. I'm almost positive that guy wanted everything about him to remain inscrutable, even his death. He may have been dastardly villain, but at the very least he had a sense of shame. And he was an assassin. It's not like he wanted anyone's approval, he chose strength above all else. If you must remember anything at all about him, remember that even in the end, he still had his pride. That may be true. Just like Castor said, Julius's life was his own. I can't take responsibility for how he led it. There's no use in crying over a defeated enemy when we still have one remaining before us. I nodded in acknowledgement of Castor's words. Now that I think about it, I haven't told Ronnie about Julius. I wonder if she's around today. I think I'll go see her later. Indeed. She is in the 1st floor as usual. But before that, let's see if Castor has anything special to say today. Nope. Alright, let's leave. Let's go ahead and talk to the Ronnie. Whoop, come on. Hakuno, you finally made it to the finals. That you are alive is cause for celebration. Ronnie smiles, seemingly unaware that she's the reason I've made it this far. I have to win one more time to be worthy of that smile. I have to reach the Holy Grail Holy Grail. It comes as a surprise. The finals are against the Hardways. Ronnie's beaming expression gives way to a more muddied by anxiety, though still sad fast. I have a request, Hakuno. A request? She wants me to get the Holy Grail. I've already committed. Her burdens are my resolve. Both drive us to accomplish our task and attain the Holy Grail. Stay alive and return to me. As Julius was the cunning scorpion, Leonardo is a lion and the pride and strength of the Hardways. She is a true representative of the East-Western European plutocrats. The Holy Grail is his to lose. I'm surprised to hear Ronnie lecture me, but her earnestness is really quite endearing. I don't plan on giving Leo any quarter. He's my better, so I have to go all out. That said, I'm different from what I was in the first round. I have my servant and Ronnie, both of whom have seen me through some tough patches. I knew I could have faith in you. Hakuno, if there's anything at all you wish me to do, just ask. It's in my power to make sure that the smile never diminishes and that we go to the Holy Grail hand in hand. Alright, so. Right. After this, yeah. Yeah, I know where it is, what's going on. Alright, so we're gonna go into the first floor. Actually, no, we're going to the chapel. So we can get levels up. Yep. There we go. Now we were going to go into the first floor, and then we go into the arena again. Caster's subdued manner and twitching ears immediately tells me something's wrong with her. Stop! Why are you looking at me like that? Come on, we need to get into the arena. Caster seems to have returned to her normal exuberant self, but it feels really forced. I want to help her in any way I can. She's my partner in all of this, so I ask. Do you itch or something? Sir, not touch on my ears. I know how appealing Tamamo's fluffy ears are, but doing that makes my no-no bits all tingly. Also, doing that, where we can be seen makes it worse. I can't get you wait till we're alone. Caster tries to brush off in her normal flirty way, but I can see the efforts behind her smile. This is more serious than I thought. Tamamo is usually all smiles, but it seems that right now she's anything but happy. I'm finally able to read the subtle change in her mood. She can talk to me about anything. When I tell her this, Caster responds with a sigh. This is the problem, I can simply talk away. I'm pretty good at fooling the moon cell surveillance, but I have messed up this time. But this time Tamamo really screwed up. I won't be able to hide my mistake, more or less. With that said, Caster frowns, folds her arms across her chest, and begins muttering to herself. To anyone else, it looks like she was just kidding, but to me, it's obvious she's really worried. What do you mean by the moon cell surveillance? The thing is, say it has to do with one's priorities. It's part of our contract. Servants generated by the moon cell are obligated to protect this one thing at any cost. For example, if a master tries to destroy the system, police servants will be required to stop them. That's the gist of it. Anyways, and if a servant puts their master's life over the system, the servant would be deleted from the moon cell. Hold up a second. This means Tamamo, who's been the #1 supporter since the beginning, has been violating this edict. My resolve, who never let anyone harm my dear master, will not change. Ever. Yeah, let's continue with this train of thought, shall we? I'm sorry to have dumped this on you, master. Tamamo will figure this out on her own. Just forget everything I said. From now on, we'll be totally untouchable, so no worries. With a finally fetching victory pose, Caster disappears, and a sad smile still on her face. Now she's being stupid. There's no way I'm just gonna be able to forget anything you just said to me. Let me just see if Nah, she isn't here, alright. And go into the arena. And there we go. All the doors in the arena that were sealed open at the same time. Jules Mister somehow hacked the arena and blocked the passageways. The doors are open, now I can get you exploring. Chop chop, Master, we have lots to do still.
二人一緒にお出かけですね。
Indeed, let's just hurry along then.
贅沢は愛です。金目のものとか大好きです。
Come here.
ああ、もううざいってば。バリバリ呪うと。
Alright, that's enough to kill them, so let's just do that.
炎天よ、走れ。マスター、一生ついていきます。そろそろお茶とかしたい気分で。
There's nothing here, just this, because let me just check a map just to be sure. Yeah. Let's just go through the doors, really. Alright.
後悔してくださいね。炎天よ、走れ。マスター、一生ついていきます。
Alright.
お疲れ様。経験値をありがとうございます。
Then we go over here, get out of my way.
バリバリ呪う後悔してくださいね。
Yeah, we can take it.
炎天よ、走れ。ではこれにてお別れです。 贅沢は愛です。金目のものとか大好きです。
Alright, we're almost done. This one's just a shortcut, so we don't have to fight that enemy, which is a bit funny since that guy is not that hard to beat.
ああ、もううざいってば。頑張りますね。後悔してください
Alright, one more.
よく燃えますね。
There we go, and there he goes.
マスター、
Bye.
一生ついていきます。可愛い女の子だからって。
Alright, so
甘く見ました？
before we go there, let's heal her up.
感謝感謝。
There we go.
でもたまには油揚げとか食べ。
There doesn't seem to be any enemies lurking around here, so maybe I can actually relax for a while. Is there something wrong? Why don't we take a short break? My servant always tells me that I'm on what's on her mind. It might be arrogant to think that I could help ease hers. At those words, Castor's leave my lips. Castor's expression turns decidedly gloomy and You're actually worried about me. You can't imagine how happy that makes me, Master. But really, I'm fine. I may not seem like it, but Tamama no Mai is actually a very patient woman. And I'm pretty sure I can overcome any torture that a moon cell could possibly devise. Pretending not to notice that she's going through isn't going to work anymore. She means more to me than anyone else. How can I possibly ignore the fact that she's suffering? Your kindness and compassion are putting me in a rather difficult position, you know. My fundamental role will always be to help my master make it to the Holy Grail. That should be my only goal, so I can't allow you to put yourself in danger from my account. So forget about my petty problems and focus on the Holy Grail. Our next point is really strong, you know. As she said, as she turns her back again to me again, the shiver of emotion that ran from her the tip of her tail and up through her ears is impossible to miss. You have to trust me, Castor. But I mean, anyways, I don't mean her to struggle with her problems by herself. We're more than a master and servant now. Haven't we always helped and supported each other through the war? I don't deserve such kindness. That's why I can't ask for it. Cass's voice starts to crack in an emotion before she can finish her sentence. The agreement with the Moon Cell: any servant who puts their master before the Moon Cell will be punished. And as her master, I'd be punished as well, even if unintentional. Any master who raises such a troublesome servant would be eliminated. That's why Cassandra is insisting that she should handle it by herself. Her rationale is that if I don't know anything about what's going on, the Moon Cell could leave me alone. Cassandra's always been with me. I see now that her smile is her way of dealing with the fact that there are some things that she can never have. Afraid, hurt, and lonely. Although not human, she's probably the most human of everyone I've met here. When I first met her, I found her exuberance overwhelming. Having faced death together numerous times, there is no one else in this place I'd rather trust more. I cannot. Right. Let's see. I cannot let her struggle alone. I cannot let her face this alone. If the Moon Cell is going to punish her, I will be by her side when it comes. We've been strong together for a long time now. My feelings for her aren't forced, though I don't really exist except as a data, and she's not human. Our feelings for each other are real. As someone who's once had nothing, the bond between us means everything to me. It's a treasure that both the Mamo and I share. Bond, huh? A bond between you and me. That's so heartwarming and bond. A genuine smile lights up Castor's face as she repeats the word to herself again and again. The word that's coloring her expression is gone, replaced by something akin to hope or even joy. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright. But before there is any time to enjoy the moment. There it is. What the hell is that? An ominous figure approaches us. I feel like its only purpose is to eliminate us both. What the? That's a Seraph. A miniature version of the Seraph. Looks like the hidden stats or governed affection towards you have been maxed out. Or something like that. Cassandra has obviously been hiding this from the Moon Cell for a while. But her feelings have screamed, my master means everything. Couldn't be hidden from the Moon Cell forever. So sorry. I knew I was going to cause you a bunch of trouble. If it's the worst punishment the Moon Cell can think of, it'll be a cinch to deal with. Is that right, my dear master? That's right. If the punishment is a mere physical, to me as a physical one, dealing with it shouldn't be much of a problem. No matter how strong the enemy may be, if they have a corporeal form of some kind, we'll just show them how strong our bond is. You know, like we always do. Now, just sing out a command, master. I'll show you how brave I can be. I'm getting so excited. Alright, I'm actually gonna save because I don't want to get embarrassed like last time with Archer. Alright, so Merciful Sky. Let's put Pure Ether here as well as another. This. Hopefully he only uses break. Alright, let's see. It does quite a bit of damage, but should be good. We do 4K. Ah, damn it, he guarded. Did he get a guard again? Damn, that kind of sucks. Is he gonna guard again? He didn't. That's good at least. Ether Crystal, it should be enough. Alright, that should be enough. Ah, so close. There we go.
出直していらっしゃいね。
And we get the elixir. That's pretty good. And almost as if it was never there, the program sent to kill us vanishes. The bond that we have, even if it's against the rules, I'll not allow it to be destroyed.
愛の力、思い知ったか。
That's what I'm talking about. I'm me, just much, much stronger. Nothing this pathetic can stop me. And almost as if it were never there, the program sent to kill us vanishes. And Caster somehow manages to go demurely ecstatic. She looks even lovelier than ever before. Let's get moving, Master. As much as I left you, there's no time to get set to battle now. That's right. Even as we speak, Leo may have already gotten possession of the Holy Grail. What we faced just now is only one of many obstacles. We haven't gotten beyond the first floor yet. Now, one thing I can say for certain is now that I have Caster oh my god. What I now have with Caster is more precious to me than any treasure.
可愛い女の子だからって甘く見ま。
God damn, this is a whole this part is me completely fumbling over words. I guess that's what happens when I try to record sick.
ああ、もううざいってば。
Alright, that should be enough.
私の本気見せてあげます。
Oh boy, I heard a lot
永
actually.
遠よ、走れ。
Off with you.
ではこれにてお別れです。お疲れ様。経験値をありがとうございます。
There we go. The dead may never hope to beat the living. Even though Zombie Julius tried to stop us, we got the trigger. Are we going to continue wandering the arena? If so, we should proceed with caution.
面倒ごとクリア。
Nah, we just have to beat this guy and... we're good, actually. Where is it? There it is.
頑張りますね。私の本気見せてあげます。当店よ砕け。 マスター、一生ついていきます。ナイス命令でした、ご主人様。
There we go.
愛です。金目のものとか大好きです。
Yeah, that should be pretty much everything. Maybe missing a few things. There's probably a Tiger Quest or something that comes out later. But let's get out of here for now. Let's get a quick save stage just in case. Whoops, no, that's not. Damn it.
二人の愛の巣までひとっ飛びです。
Yeah, we got everything. And I think I actually am gonna end this for now. I wanted to keep at least one more day, but I'm not. With the way I'm talking and stuff like that, I'm just gonna stumble over my words. So that's gonna be it for now. Nothing new on that front, and I'm gonna save, and that's gonna be it for now. Alright, everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Fate Extra. Ciao.